I've given Pixels a bit of a heads up that we don't really have any topics in mind, but Pixels already prefaced that she's got a number and also has a number of questions for us about the podcast, which unnerved me a little bit. I won't lie.
Don't get too excited.
Hey guys, welcome to the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast, with your hosts, Jack, Vincent and Nick Crooks. Oh, and by the way, they're from the north, that's the reason they sound that way.
That posh robot prick introduces us perfectly well.
I think the robot actually has a name as well. Right, Nick, introduce our guest this week.
Right, you are listening to the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast, and we are here with the wonderful Pixels Green tonight.
Yay!
Woo! Hello. I'm waving. I don't know why, but there you go.
That's the best thing ever. I'm waving.
Hacks my webcam. They'll be thinking, "What the shit? Keep watching. Keep watching. This is madness."
It's a good job no one can see you. What's that woman there doing, waving?
Oh, so I had a lecture this morning, and I'll preface this with I've been a bit tender today because I drank a lot of whiskey last night, and my lecturer at 10 a.m. so I felt hungover as fuck, so I didn't put my webcam on, and I sat there in mute, and then the lecturer were like, "Oh, does anyone who else has this assignment due on this day?" And I sat there and put my hand up, and I went, "Wait, why am I doing this? No one can see
It's easily
me."
done. The hands move independently of everything else.
So I feel your pain there, Pixels. I feel your pain. So go on then. We'll start then. So you mentioned there that you've been listening to a couple of the episodes. What are the questions? What's your burning question for Nick?
Well, the question is, so basically, it's a line that's it went like this. Now, obviously, I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But the line is, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, get a life. Now, I just need you to show you're working on that one, because I haven't seen it, and I've always thought, because I've got a life, I don't know.
That was it. That was more in the reference to the fact that people would be annoyed that we spoilt it.
Oh, you can spoil as much as you like, though. I mean, it got to the point that there was a video on YouTube. I was like, oh, hang it. I'll catch it up later.
Yeah, if you've not seen it, then I'm sorry, but spoilers are going to be prime in your way, especially listening to us.
Okay, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. On that same note, last night I got a message from another comedian, Rory Mason, who had been listening to the podcast and literally said, "What the absolute fuck? Nick just ruined Endgame for me." And my response was, "It's been a year."
Yeah. And to be fair, we did shout like spoilers before.
Exactly.
If that's not a big enough like heads up, spoilers are coming. I don't know what is.
What is the threshold for spoilers, though? Because I'm feeling like there's no point me watching Tiger King now, because I basically know who the main villain is.
Do you though? Because Tiger King does a lot.
They're all villains. Yes, they're all villains.
Yeah, but everybody's mentioning this one name. I'm not going to say it for the people listening. Hello, people listening. But
it's Carol Baskins. She's a bitch. So is Joe Exotic.
Carol Baskins. Pardon me.
So there's your spoiler on that one.
No, the biggest dick is that fat dude on the jet ski.
Yes, jet ski with the lemur. I can't remember his name. Jet ski and lemur guy.
Yeah.
That fat dude on a jet ski with a lemur. There's a punk band. You'd probably be into them, Jack.
I'm not liking this attack on my music tastes.
Imagine Dragons. Come on, Imagine Dragons, though. What? I've not heard anything they've done, and I've always imagined that I shouldn't need to, but... Oh, yeah.
Imagine Dragons are sick. What were you going to say, Phil? Nick, I keep calling you Phil.
Christ, right. This is a podcast we've been doing together for the past, God knows how long. We had Phil on as one guest 1 week.
The reason being is just before this, I was messaging Phil, and then you were messaging me about a technical difficulty, so you both intertwined. So, Nick, what were you going to say?
I was saying that you've tagged me in that album thing on Facebook.
Yes.
And it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just I like whatever floats my boat. Probably not a full album, just a random song. So
is it more because you don't want Pixels to
not because I can't be asked. Oh, I ain't bothered. Like they'll be busted and all sorts on that list. So I ain't fussed what anyone thinks about my my music taste. It's It's weird and wonderful, is how I would describe it.
There's a bunch of really big bands that the stuff that they'd release as singles were really good, but could never listen to a full album. Chemical Brothers, except for their last album, but never do a full album. It get tiresome midway through.
I don't think I've ever listened to the Chemical Brothers, because for a very small time, about a time, I thought the Chemical Brothers were just My Chemical Romance.
Do they sing? Oh, I was just about to say, do they sing Cash Machine? But that could be My Chemical Romance.
I don't know that song by My Chemical Romance. It might be Chemical Brothers.
That's either of them.
Or it might not be either of them, like Pixel said.
Yeah, it might not be. I mean, I'm just having a look now.
Cash Machine could be that Fountains of Wayne. Mind you, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's one of the COVID victims.
Who?
The Fountains of Wayne guy.
No!
Oh, have you not heard this shit? I'm sorry to have broken it to you like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite early on, apparently. Mind you, he did that song Stacey's Mom.
Yeah.
Stacey's Mom.
Mom.
But he looked like 40.
I like the way that you said that, Pixels, like he was like COVID is a serial killer, like, oh, that's one of COVID's recent
That old
victims.
COVID virus there got stabbed in the back.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally like proper going into this looking. Oh yeah, he died on this. Okay, I'm well behind on the news. It's happening at the first of fucking April. Oh shit.
But he did that Stacey's Mom, but he was on the video, he looked about 50. I was like, well, you better like Stacey's Mom. How old's Stacey, you creepy bastard? You stick with her mum, she probably needs it more than she does.
Right, okay, so the guy, Adam, who's not R.I.P., he died at the age of 52 in 2020. So Stacey's mum came out...
It did come out at one point, yep.
In 2003. So that was 17 years ago, so he would have been 35. So yeah, that's still...
2003, good God.
We were 10, Jack.
Yeah.
Do you feel old yet? Imagine being 10 in 2003, goodness
I don't have
me.
to, I was.
I'm like twice your age, and I'm still cooler than the pair of you put together, so, hey!
You are. I'm not going to lie. I agree. I agree.
No, I'm not going to lie.
Why do you think you wanted doing the podcast?
I like how you gave me the instructions to download the recording thing, and you gave the name to Google it, as if I'm going to go, what do I do with this weird name?
Yeah, to be fair, Jack, it seemed a very patronising. I know you didn't mean it that way, but it seemed a very patronising message.
Google it, grand.
I thought there was a reason why I put Google it, but I can't remember why I put Google it. But it was quite patronising. I apologise.
Google it is DuckDuckGo now, Grandad. Get with the times.
Oh, I'm still wounded by this Fountain of Wayne's guy. Like, that was a banger.
And he's never seen Stacey's mum again.
Well, I don't know. If she was pretty old, he probably is now. Oh, that were a dark joke.
That was dark and slightly religious.
Imagine if that was a review of someone's set. Dark and slightly religious.
I think that's a review you need to aim to get.
That's it, Nick. When you hit Edinburgh, I want that to be your first quote. That's your goal. You should play Edinburgh Bingo.
Dark and slightly religious. I can't be religious.
Just come on stage and go, let me tell you about this Jesus bastard. Still owes me a $5.
I can't be religious. Jeez. Oh,
I can't be religious either, but then that's because I always thought, well, because I was raised Church of England. It's practically atheism. It's one slice of lemon drizzle cake away from it. Nobody cares. There's absolutely no fundamentalist Church of England people, are there? What are they going to do? Cut off the biscuit supply. It's not going to happen.
No more tea and biscuits for you, Margaret.
Beryl, you said too much, Beryl, you absolute bitch. It's always, the devout ones are always the worst, aren't they? Because they're just like one wink to Jesus. We're all right, though, aren't we, Jesus? Yeah, we're fine. Okay. I'm going to get some more dicks.
Did you have any more questions about the podcast, Pixels?
Well, I did, but I had them on a notepad document, but then while getting all this set up, I closed it. I was like, you don't need to save that. What? Oh, God, so I've lost that. I mean, I would ask how you think the nice guy's name is going, though, because, I mean, you've got to think sometimes, we're pushing it a bit close here. What definition of nice are we using today?
A stretched one.
I'm about to say, Nick named us so he can take that one completely.
I named us because that's what we always get called.
Yeah, and then we thought, let's fuck that reputation up.
And no, we are nice. But with the type of Ricky Gervais, nice, what he says. And have you seen
I
Afterlife?
haven't seen it yet.
I've not seen it.
Get a life, man.
Oh God, yeah.
He's like a lot of people are nice, but the arseholes pretend to be nice and they're smart that way. So that's not that I'm an arsehole. It's just I'm nice, but yeah, I can also think about dark shit.
Yeah,
Dark shit.
dark shit, especially after you've had a curry. Oh, you had a poo joke.
I'm drinking dandelion and burdock as you said that.
That is not nice at all. That is genuinely horrendous.
You still get dandelion and burdock. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Tesco's.
Wow.
And Morrison's for me.
All in Tesco's.
Yeah, it's always on the bottom shelf for some reason. Like no one seems to want to buy it.
Bottom shelf is where you need to aim for. I mean, having worked in a supermarket and being relatively tall, I've always been the person that has to get things from high shelves from people. Can you get me
Was that your official job title?
Probably, yeah.
What supermarket?
Oh, a variety.
Oh, okay.
she's been through them all.
Yeah. This is how old I am. I worked for Netto when it was £2 an hour.
Jesus Christ!
What?
that sounds like it was 1850. It was in fact 1993. Then it was that. Do you know what? Right, he might have set off that war in Afghanistan. Where that Tony Blair brought the minimum wage.
Fuck everyone that died in the war. We got minimum wage.
Blimey.
Oh, I've had to fucking open a window because the laughter's made me burn up. That also might be the hangover kicking in.
I brought a show and tell item. Well, it's not really show, is it? But I saw it in the shop. I was going to get the wine for this record, and there's Bachelor's Pasta and Sauce. Have you ever seen Bachelor's Pasta and Sauce?
I recognise the name.
It's amazing.
Bachelors.
Yeah, but it's with an instant win online with Final Fantasy VII Remake. That is the weirdest tie-in I've ever seen in my life.
that fucking is.
What about? I mean, it'd be great if in Final Fantasy VII. Oh well, let's stop here and get some Bachelor's Pasta and Sauce.
Have you opened it? Do you know if you've won?
Oh God, that's a point. Let's see. What are the instructions? Let's see. Now then, so instant win online, thousands of prizes available to be won with winwithbachelors.co.uk. Get there. Oh, there's a bunch of really tiny instructions, and my classes are over there, so I'll find out later. I don't know what you win. It's amazing to me with Final Fantasy VII. Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
I haven't, no.
Play the original? I didn't play either. I've no idea. But there's everybody talking about the size of the woman's breasts in it because they've apparently making them smaller.
Oh.
And the guy's got a sword that's nearly 1.5 times the size he is. I mean, if we're going to have a size conversation, look at that. It's as big as you like.
That's the best thing ever. Oh.
Maybe it's because he couldn't make his cock that big. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they did his sword instead.
What game is it? Is it? I think it's Saints. Is it Saints Row? It's either Saints Row or I think it might be a Conan the Barbarian game.
Is that the knockoff GTA? That's Saints Row.
Yeah. It's in Saints Row and in Conan the Barbarian Online, you get to create a character, and if you create a male character, you get to pick how big his penis is.
Oh, it's the sex appeal slider.
Yeah.
It affects the boob size on the women. I've played Saints Row 2 and 3, and I bought 4, but then I got a refund on it. Because it was all right, but it was just kind of, well, I've not finished Saints Row 3, and it's more of the same, really. So.
I played Saints Row 3, a friend lent it to me, and like I said, I was like, why can I choose this guy's penis? But in Saints Row 3, it was just like, you were just making his bulge bigger. But then on like Conan Barbarian Online, like you could go into different servers where it was like an adult server, so it was just full on cocks and boobs, and you were literally picking how big, like, how girthy and shit this shit was.
I'm sure at some point along that continuum, the game got lost.
Where the character was more penis than man.
The LARPing server. Oh my goodness! Imagine. Hey, babe, want a cyber? No, because on World of Warcraft, back on the RP servers, there was apparently the starting area for the human characters. That was a massive sex dungeon going on there.
Sex dungeon.
You can get you can get T-shirts saying "Lions Pride in" Gulcher, and if you see that T-shirt, you know that's where the sex dungeon is.
Shit in hell.
Did you say jizz in hell or shit in hell?
The thing is, I think I said shit in hell, but now I don't really know.
Well, there you go. Clip that for the intro.
Oh, jeez. Safe to say, by the way, that I didn't get through the tutorial game on the Conan Barbarian because I made my character's penis too big and it was too distracting.
He was exhausted from dragging it round all
Would
the
you use
levels.
it as a kind of a tactile weapon?
Yeah. Ugh.
Are you still talking about Conan the Barbarian?
Well, at first, I was like, oh, maybe this will like scare off other people, and then I just kept getting attacked, but I couldn't work out how to kill people. So in the end, I was like, I'm just gonna go play a different game now.
Look, you thought this would scare people off. It's not real. It wasn't real life, Jack. Like people weren't going to go, "Oh my god, a fictional penis! Run from this guy."
I didn't ask for this.
No, and then the other people in the game, like, why else would you give the facility to make a large penis rather than if he wasn't?
Well, that's a fair point.
Giving it, I don't know why. This is a weird conversation.
I've always made the female characters anyway, so.
But my thing is, if you're creating a character and you get the option to create a huge dong, why are you making a small one?
Good point.
I went through a thing when I was younger. I used to always play as a female one because they were always when I remember them being like new content, like in the Pokemon games. Like the first one, it was always a bloke, and then you were able to become like a woman. Same with the Fable games. Always in the second one, you were like, oh, we can now be women.
I'll play them.
Like, all right.
To be fair, I'm a woman on Call of Duty.
What made that choice?
Well, I unlocked a new character and I thought she looks quite good in that hat.
In that hat.
Like, well, this is gonna I was the same character for ages, right? And then I thought, oh, I got a new character, but it was a woman, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just have that character.
Oh, here we go.
When I play on Dead by Daylight, my main character is either a man. I'm about to say either a man or a woman, but that's just naming the two genders in the game. One of the main people I play is a small Asian girl, which probably says a lot more about me than anything else.
Don't get caught in public saying the two genders. Goodness me, you'll kick off a whole
I
bunch
said
of
the
fuss.
two genders available in the game, which saved my ass.
There's a disclaimer in the game. Blame
Yes.
them. They did it.
Not me.
See what we think about this. Come on, boys. I guess on my nerves on the internet how boys has become gender neutral. Fuck that. Come on, boys. No, fuck off. Anyway, I'm getting off on one.
No, get off on one. What do you mean? Boys has become a general neutral term. In what context?
Maybe it's just. I mean, in the sort of the circles on the internet that I wouldn't say hang around in. 'Cause that sounds creepy, but just kind of brush against. Oh, that sounds worse. But anyway, it's that. Come on, boys, that sort of thing. The general boys, lads, and fellas are all kind of being accepted as gender neutral. It means everyone, and it's like, well, no.
I wouldn't say that. I would say guys is the biggest one. Come on, guys. I mean, I use guys a lot.
I have heard lads being used as a gender
Lads
neutral
are
term.
the worst. Lads ruin everything. I grew up in the 90s, so lads, fuck lads. Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Yeah, I've used it like when I used to manage teams. I always say like, "Oh, come on, guys," and that'd be reference to everyone in the team, irrelevant of gender. I've said, "All right, lads," to a girl, but just to piss her off because she gets called lads at work and it pisses her off. So I did it to piss her off.
Oh, you are such a cat. I'll tell you what I'll do for you, love. I'm not even going to call you love, lads.
Oh, I can't argue with it because yeah, it's true.
See, I think love as well. People don't like that, do they? Sometimes.
I mean, the problem is, I don't You see, I don't mind love. There's a certain generation of Yorkshire man that will just call everybody love, and I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I was going to say. I watched a program on it, and a bloke it was about younger people that didn't like it, and a bloke was just like, "Oh, I call everyone it, but it's more of a sort of like location thing, isn't it? You know, wherever you're from."
I mean, I hate mate. I think it just sounds like meh. It's just this awful monosyllabic offence at vocal cords ever evolving. But if someone honestly does call everybody mate, then it's like, okay, fair enough, you call everybody mate. But if they say, oh, I call everybody mate, it's like, you don't. I sat next to someone in a petrol station for 3 years. I was working there. I call everybody mate.
I like how you had to clarify.
A bizarre kind of punishment. Sitting there for 3 years. Oh, God, what?
It was so quick as well. I was working there, just so you know.
Oh.
Not any questions spring up about that.
I do go. I went for okay. So this whole the love situation, I don't mind it or whatever. I will admit I find it. I don't say I'm not going to say I find it weird, but whenever a guy calls me love, it always makes me go, oh, okay, and then I walk on. I'm like, oh, it always something that sounds strange to my ears. Mate, I think it's just very generic. Like what always makes.
I know you call everybody. I've seen you do it. You're mate.
Mate.
It's like,
yeah, to be fair, I do go around going, mate. What I find funny about when people use the phrase mate is when they're having an argument with someone, they will still call them mate. Like, mate, what are you fucking talking about? You're an absolute tosser. Like, are you friends with the guy or are you not? I can't work it out.
Imagine that with love. You're a fucking idiot, love.
Yeah.
Banana. There was the episode the other day where it was like you were saying, "Oh, you fucking umbrella," and I had to stop and just rest against a wall for a bit at that moment because then you said chinchilla.
Yes, that's a new insult.
Yeah.
So if we've got
that was any word said with force can sound offensive.
So if we created the word that's going to be used for offence, then Pixels, what would you I don't know, suggest could be a new love, lads, fellas, mate? What would you want as a new term of endearment?
Okay, you see, I'd be tempted to go feminine because everything seems to drift the other way.
Oh,
so
okay.
Piss everybody off. I'd go with chicks.
Chicks.
Oh, fuck everybody. I don't like that. Yeah, well, fuck you.
I remember I went through a phase of calling people Chuck, and then I was like, I can't. After a while, I was like, I don't know why, but I feel like I've aged 20 years.
Chuck. I was about to say, what are you, 90?
Yeah.
Was that one of those things that you started saying ironically and then it just became part of you? That's awful when that happens. It's like I started saying the hit parade, taking the piss out of my grandma. Oh, what's new in the hit parade? And then it was like, that's what I called it. But no, what even is that anymore? Download thing,
when I was in high school, I can't remember why, but for like a week, me and my friends, I had to explain to someone what YI meant. So for a week, I kept saying YI quite a lot, and then it just became part of my vernacular. And I was like, I need to get rid of this because I'm not from Newcastle.
I love Newcastle. Well, yeah. If I want to say something, if I want to have a pop at someone in a kind of a friendly, amiable way, I go, "How man? Come on now. What are you playing at?" Yeah. It's brilliant.
It's
man.
Just,
how we're.
I like that.
What are you? How we're man, Jack man. But then you see, I read a lot of Viz growing up as well, so I got a good sturdy grounding in northeastern slang. It always got regarded as a bit of a lads mag, and again, back in the 90s, that was loaded and what have you, and it wasn't. It took the piss out of lads more than anything.
Well, did they do fat slags as well?
Yeah, they did that as well. And I've got the best letters page of all magazines. Let's see. I do happen to have 3 copies to hand right here.
I mean, the brothers aren't there who did it, didn't they?
Why did the supervillain, the Green Goblin, have to specify what colour he was when he gave himself that title? Surely the fact that he was already dressed up as a goblin ought to have made him stand out from the crowd, or did he think there was going to be a lot of goblins walking around New York? You know Thor and Loki's surname, Jack. What's that all about?
Oh, I went deep. It seems quite impressive, but they're both from Norse mythology, and a lot of the time in Norse mythology, someone's surname is just their dad's name with the word son next to it.
Well, you mean Odin's son?
All right, well, that probably makes sense.
What?
Or Dottir, if they're...
Or Dottir, if they're, yeah. So, like, for example, so mine would be Jack Anthony's son.
Well, I'll be that, like, Pixel's Cassie Dottir. That sounds quite good. I'll go with that.
That's quite good. What would you be, Nick?
Mine would be Nick Kenson.
What, would it be Ken or would it be Kenneth?
Well, my dad goes by Ken.
Nick Kenson sounds like someone that's got an online course of Chinese cooking. Master the Noodles with Nick Kenson.
Well, if it's Kenneth, it's Kenneth's son. So, I don't know which one I prefer.
Weird fact, my granddad is called Kenneth. I never met the guy. He died before I was born, but when I did the Ancestry family history search, I found him. So, there you go.
What's really funny is my granddad's called Ken as well.
Why are you not called Ken?
Because my mum's a hero.
Ken Crooks? Oh, wow.
Ken Crooks. That is a sick name.
No, my mum's a hero. That's all I'm going to say.
Your mum's a hero.
You're going to call him Ken? Fuck off. Nick.
I mean, in all fairness, I'm named after the alcoholic beverage that my dad was drunk on when he had sex with my mum.
What, Vincent?
Jack Daniels.
See, if I'd have been called, I'd be Toilet Ducks Green. As an instant punchline, you can go for it for... Oh, I like that drink. You know the green one in the weird bottle? What's it called? Toilet Duck. Everybody...
Well, I'd just be vodka, mate, so...
Serving behind various supermarket counters. Oh, I use that loads of times. And also, weirdly, when someone buys a packet of fags and a lighter, you go, oh, the starter pack always gets a laugh. Always. And it's like, the starter pack, there you go.
I can see where your comedy of beginnings started now. Just behind the till at Netto at £2 an hour.
I was shelf stacking at Netto, and then after that it was Asda, and then Sainsbury's.
Oh, you really have done a tour?
Yeah.
Jeez, I've never worked in a suit.
Fucked Morrison's off.
Fuck Morrison's.
Morrison's are doing all right with the COVID. They're giving all their staff a bonus.
Ooh.
If you're looking at which companies are doing all right to keep patronising after the COVID, you look at the... I'm seriously wondering if I'll ever sit in a Wetherspoons again. Fuck that Wurzel Gummidge motherfucker. What's he called?
Yeah, prick.
Yeah, that he was an absolute cunt tongue on that, yeah. I don't know why I said cunt tongue. I don't understand what reference I was making allegiances to there.
It's always a matter of time. We've gone political.
Yeah, I tell you who's the biggest cunt, Richard Branson. He can go suck a dick as well. And if you're listening to this, Richard Branson, go suck a dick.
And don't enjoy it. That's not the instruction, right? I mean, people do. And I'm not doing anybody down. It's not my cup of tea, but goodness, some people are like, God, yeah, thank you.
Do you know what?
Look at off with like syphilis on it or something.
Syphilis, an old disease.
Do you get syphilis on a dick? I don't know.
Where does a syphilis affect?
That was the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast with Jack Vincent and Nick Crooks, recording from their own home and heavily fucking edited. Follow them at I am Jack the and of Nick Crooks Comedy, why don't ya? #NiceGuys.